Now, First Alert 6 weather.
Hello, everyone. We're tracking a crash on Dodge that's impacting traffic in this area, and we've got just one lane open at this point as you're heading eastbound. I want to give you the details of exactly what we're seeing at this time. We have a view of the situation from our Children's Nebraska camera, and it is right there as you're heading eastbound. You can see the McDonald's there in your sight, and you've got couple of an ambulance, fire truck, some emergency crews continue to work that scene. Traffic is being pushed into the far left lane at this time. So as you head through this stretch, you want to make sure that you're using plenty of caution as we continue to see this situation evolve. We just saw somebody lifted into that ambulance. And this scene continues to be pretty active. A lot of drivers that are heading through this stretch on Dodge. This is a very busy part of the city. So let's look at the traffic maps, and I'll give you an idea of what we're kind of looking at as far as any kind of delays in this area. This is as you're making your way on Dodge right about near 72nd, not quite at the intersection with 72nd before you get there. And you see, traffic seems to be doing okay, but again, you want to make sure you're using caution as you head through this stretch with the emergency crews on hand, working that scene. Let's go back to our camera there on that is tracking that scene. You can see the lane restrictions are in place. Now, we do have crews now starting to move cones. So as I pull this full screen, you can see that we have the ambulance there that will likely be leaving the scene here shortly after that crash. And then we've got the cones being moved at this time. So we'll likely see the lanes all open up here in just a matter of moments. We'll continue to watch this and see how this situation evolves. So you're watching a crash that has happened on Dodge Street. This is right as you're making your way in the area around 72nd, just before you get to that intersection as you're heading eastbound. You do have a couple of lanes there on the right that are blocked. Left lane remains open. We've seen somebody get loaded into this ambulance. Crews did have some cones that were in place blocking those lanes. Those cones did just get picked up. So it looks like we are starting to see this situation resolve, but we'll continue to track this. There you can see the ambulance starting to leave the scene at this time to head eastbound. And likely you're going to see the other emergency crews here shortly following suit. There goes the police, and likely that fire truck going to be following pretty soon as well. So this situation coming to a close. This was a crash on Dodge eastbound as you were heading toward 72nd. Did have a couple of lanes that were blocked off. Looks like we're getting near the end of this situation. We'll just stay with this with that lane restriction still in place. Likely not going to be too long, but we'll watch this as the situation continues to evolve. But does look like we are looking at traffic conditions improving. Here goes our fire truck leaving the scene right now. And with that being the case, I think we'll start to wrap up this live stream. But anytime we have these kind of situations, big impact area where we had this crash, hopefully everybody okay. But we always want to make sure that you're on top of what's going on. This is why we do these live streams that we will continue to do at various points throughout the day when big breaking news happens, when we have traffic reports. You can always find the latest traffic updates, by the way, throughout the day on firstalert6.com. That is on our traffic blog. And pretty soon you'll actually have a full list of new areas impacted by construction that will be on there as well. Currently working on typing that up. So soon you'll have all of those. You can plan around as you're making your way, not just on the main routes, but throughout the neighborhoods as well. So that's something you can find on a traffic blog. Any updates about crashes and traffic restrictions as a result of various things, whether that be construction, stalled vehicles, anything that could cause a traffic disruption, you can find on firstalert6.com on that traffic blog. With that situation having resolved, I think we'll wrap up this live stream. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and of course, we'll be back on here if anything else breaks.